I don't think that most people realize just how important how we breathe is to our quality of life. And that includes our mental health, our physical health, and what we call performance. That is our ability to tap into skills, either physical or cognitive, in ways that we would not be able to otherwise if we are not breathing correctly. So today I will teach you the one method that is actually linked to science. No, it does not involve drinking a glass of water backwards from the opposite side of the cup or holding your breath in any kind of esoteric way. It actually relates to the neural mechanisms, that is the brain-to-body connections that cause the hiccup. Hiccup is a spasm of that neural circuit, and I'll teach you how to turn off that neural circuit in one try. And that's not a technique I developed. It's a technique that's actually been known about for several centuries, and we now know the underlying mechanism. So the brain, between the conscious and the subconscious. What do I mean by that? Well, breathing does not require that we pay attention to our breathing or that we are even aware that we are breathing. It will just carry on in the background, either normally or abnormally, and I'll teach you what normal and abnormal breathing is in a little bit. However, breathing is unique among brain and bodily functions in that at any moment, we can consciously take control of how we breathe. This is an absolutely spectacular and highly unusual feature of brain function. For instance, your digestion is carrying on in the background right now, whether or not you've had food recently or not, but you can't simply control your digestion by thinking about it in a particular way. In fact, most people can't even control their thinking by trying to control their thinking. That actually takes some practice. It can be done, a topic for a future episode. However, breathing is unique. Scientific research paper was a little bit different. It was a little bit more physiological. The statement was, the brain, by regulating breathing, controls its own excitability. Excitability in the context of neurobiology is how able the brain is to take in new information or not, how able the brain is or not to turn itself off, to go to sleep, and to regulate its own levels of anxiety, focus, etc. If that seems a little bit abstract, I'll make it simple for you. By changing your pattern of breathing, you can very quickly change what your brain is capable of doing. In fact, a little bit later, I'll tell you that while you inhale, you are far better at learning and remembering information than during an exhale. And it is a very significant difference. Does that mean you should only inhale and not exhale? No, of course not. I'll teach